Hello, I got a question from someone asking how I met my current partner and if I'd had any difficulty in finding partners. And so I wanted to split these questions up into two videos. So for this one, I'll be talking about how I met my current partner um, and my most recent partners. So I was working at an LGBTQ community center, and one of the things I did was put on events for gay, bi, queer, and/or trans guys. And so we were having an event one night, and it was bowling, which was fun. And I walked in, and I kind of surveyed the room to see, what participants we had there, and was doing, those kind of businessy whatever things. And as I was doing that, I just saw someone from across the room who I'd never seen before, and was just like, "Who is this beautiful person?" And I, engaged in conversation with him, and just got all starry-eyed. And yeah, I mean, we didn't date at that time, in part because I was working at the center and I wasn't sure kind of what the boundaries were around dating folks who had gone to events and things like that. Um, and I also was in a relationship with someone who was kind of struggling with being poly. And so we were poly and open and tried monogamy for a little bit. And, things were just kind of all over the place. It just wasn't a good time to really, bring someone else into the mix. Um, and then he moved away. But then we reconnected a year ago. We met 3 years ago. And things have been great ever since. And the partner I had before him, um, and in part during my relationship with him, I met through work. At the time, I was working retail, and we just kind of struck up a conversation. And he already had interests in trans people, but didn't really know a whole lot, and so there was some education that happened and things like that. And him getting a little bit more comfortable with things because everything was new. And then the partner I had before, in part during that relationship, um, was with uh, one of the partner that did a video on my channel before, so my girlfriend, and I met her at a queer dance that I went to, and I was actually in drag, and so she didn't know that I was a trans guy in drag, but she's pansexual and just doesn't care at all about what my gender was or what was between my legs or whatever. So yeah, that's how I met her. And then the partner I had before her was trans. Um, so that was me being trans was not an issue um, that was new to them because they primarily only date trans people, really. And I met them just friends through friends of friends. We ran into each other at a little social gathering. And I've met guys through Grindr and Manhunt. And I've been on OkCupid, and I haven't met anyone on there, but I've had like positive responses and things like that. Um, so yeah, it's kind of been a mixture of different places where I found people. I just kind of walk through my life or put myself out there sometimes, if I'm actively trying to find someone, um, just like anyone else. And then, I deal with like people who say some really interesting things, and then there's folks who are just really great and you connect and maybe you meet up and stuff like that. So, yeah.